Picture this. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, and you're standing on the sidelines at your grandson's soccer game. The grass beneath your feet is slightly uneven, soft from recent rain. You're holding a folding chair in one hand and a warm cup of coffee in the other. The air is cool, and you're smiling, enjoying the simple pleasure of watching your grandson run across the field. Suddenly, everyone around you erupts in cheers. Your grandson just scored his first goal of the season. You spin around to see the celebration, your feet twist on the soft turf, and for one terrifying moment, you feel yourself losing control. Your coffee goes flying. Your free hand shoots out for something, anything to grab. Your heart pounds against your chest. Maybe you steady yourself just in time. Maybe you stumble into the person standing beside you. Either way, that unsettling feeling of nearly falling lingers long after the game ends and the field empties. If this sounds familiar, if you've had even one moment like this in the past year, I want you to stay with me for the next several minutes. Because what we're going to do together today could genuinely change the course of your next decade. I'm going to walk you through something called the CDC four-stage balance test. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, one of the most respected public health organizations in the United States, developed this simple screening tool to help identify people who may be at increased risk for falls. The test requires no special equipment. You can do it right now in your own home. Just you, a clear space, and a sturdy surface nearby for safety. By the end of this video, you'll complete all four stages of this assessment. You'll understand what your results may suggest about your current balance function. You'll receive 6 original exercises designed to strengthen the exact systems this test measures, and in 14 days, you'll retest yourself to track real improvement. That's my promise to you. Before we go any further, I want to connect with you personally. Drop a comment right now with your age and what state you're watching from. Something like 72 Florida or 65 Ohio. I read these comments regularly, and your participation helps others in this community feel less alone on this journey toward better balance. Now, let me explain why balance deserves your full attention after age 60. Falls are not minor inconveniences that simply happen sometimes. They are the leading cause of injury-related death among Americans over 65. They are the primary reason older adults end up in emergency rooms. A single fall can result in a broken hip, a traumatic head injury, months of painful rehabilitation, or permanent loss of the independence you cherish. I've witnessed patients in my career who were living vibrant, active lives until one unexpected fall changed everything. They went from traveling the country and tending their gardens to needing help with basic daily activities. But here's what the grim statistics don't tell you. The vast majority of falls are preventable. When you understand how your balance actually works and where your personal weak points are hiding, you can train those systems to protect you. That's precisely what we're doing today. Your body maintains balance through 5 interconnected systems working together like instruments in a well-rehearsed orchestra. First is your vision. Your eyes constantly scan the environment, sending information to your brain about where you are in space relative to everything around you. Dim lighting, vision changes, or even dirty glasses can affect this system significantly. Second is your vestibular system. These are tiny, fluid-filled canals inside your inner ear that detect head movement and spatial orientation. When you tip your head, spin around, or change direction, these delicate sensors tell your brain exactly what's happening. Third is proprioception, sometimes called your body's hidden position sense. Specialized receptors embedded in your muscles, joints, and tendons constantly report where your limbs are in space without you needing to look at them. When you climb stairs without watching your feet, proprioception makes that possible. Fourth is muscle strength. Your legs, ankles, and core need adequate power to make rapid corrections when something unexpected happens, like tripping over a curb or dodging a pet underfoot. Fifth is reaction time. Your brain must gather information from all these sources, process it almost instantly, and respond quickly enough to prevent a fall before gravity takes over. The CDC four-stage balance test progressively challenges these systems. Each stage removes a layer of stability, demanding more contribution from your inner ear, your position sensors, and your muscular strength. Before we begin the test, I need to share critical safety information with you. Please do not skip this section. This video is educational content only. I am not your personal physician, and nothing presented here constitutes individual medical advice. If you have significant balance problems, frequent falls, or any medical condition affecting your mobility, please consult your doctor or physical therapist before attempting this test. Set yourself up properly for safety. Stand next to a sturdy kitchen counter, a heavy table that will not slide, or position yourself inside a solid door frame. Clear the floor of throw rugs, electrical cords, pet toys, and anything that could trip you. Make sure the lighting is adequate. Wear supportive shoes with non-slip soles, or go barefoot if your floor isn't slippery. Never wear smooth socks on hard floors for balance testing. If during this test you experience any of the following warning signs, stop immediately and seek medical attention. Chest pain or pressure, fainting or feeling like you might faint, sudden weakness on one side of your body, difficulty speaking or understanding speech, severe spinning vertigo that doesn't stop when you hold still. These could indicate serious medical conditions requiring emergency care. Call 911 if needed. Your safety matters infinitely more than any test result. If you're ready to set up your space, pause the video here and prepare your area. Position yourself next to your counter or door frame. I'll be right here when you return. Now let's walk through each of the 4 stages together. For every stage, you'll attempt to hold the position for up to 10 seconds. Your hands should hover near your support surface, not gripping it, simply ready to catch yourself if needed. Keep your eyes open and fixed on something directly ahead at eye level. Breathe naturally and slowly throughout. If you step out of position, grab your support surface, or open your stance, that stage ends. Simply note how long you held it and whether you needed assistance. Stage 1 is the side-by-side stand. This is your baseline. Place your feet together so the inside edges touch along their length. Stand tall with shoulders relaxed. Hands hover near your counter. Find a spot on the wall straight ahead and keep your eyes fixed there. Breathe slowly and begin counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you held that position without grabbing anything or stepping out, excellent work. If you needed support, simply note that fact without judgment. This is information, not a grade. Stage 2 is the semi-tandem stand. Move one foot slightly forward so your front heel rests beside the arch of your back foot. Your feet are staggered but not arranged in a straight line. Eyes remain forward on your target. Hands hover near support. Breathe naturally. Begin your count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This position narrows your base of support and requires more input from your inner ear sensors and position receptors. Stage 3 is the tandem stand. This is considerably more challenging than the previous stages. Place one foot directly in front of the other so your front heel touches your back toes. Your feet form a straight line as if you were standing on a tightrope. Eyes forward, hands ready, keep breathing, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Many people find this stage genuinely difficult. Such a narrow base demands significant contributions from your vestibular system and proprioception working in concert. Stage 4 is the single leg stand. This is the most challenging position. Lift one foot completely off the ground and balance solely on the other leg for 10 seconds. Choose whichever leg feels more stable and confident. Keep your lifted foot beside your ankle, not pressing hard against your leg. Eyes forward on your target, hands hovering near your support. Breathe steadily. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Congratulations. You've now completed all 4 stages of the CDC 4-stage balance test. Let's discuss what your results may suggest. I want to emphasize clearly that this is not a medical diagnosis. These categories guide your next steps, not define you. Category 1 is solid. If you completed all 4 stages for the full 10 seconds each, without needing to grab support or step out of position, your balance systems are coordinating effectively. Continue challenging them regularly to maintain this capability. Category 2 is needs practice. If you completed stages 1 and 2 comfortably, but struggled with stage 3 or could not maintain stage 4, this suggests your balance would benefit meaningfully from regular targeted training. Your foundation is present, but your margin of safety could be wider. Category 3 is needs attention. If you had significant difficulty with stage 1 or 2, or if you could not complete any stage without immediately grabbing support, I encourage you to discuss this with your healthcare provider or request a referral to a physical therapist. This finding may indicate an area deserving professional assessment. Regardless of where you landed, if you've noticed sudden changes in your balance recently, or if you've been falling more frequently, please bring this up with your clinician promptly. New or worsening balance concerns deserve professional attention. Let me cover common mistakes that affect the accuracy of your results. Holding your breath is extremely common during concentration. When we focus intensely, we often stop breathing without realizing it. This increases muscle tension and paradoxically makes balancing harder. Focus on slow, relaxed breathing throughout each stage. Looking down at your feet seems logical, but actually disrupts balance mechanics. Your head position directly influences your vestibular system. Keep your eyes fixed on a point straight ahead at eye level. Rushing through the stages prevents accurate assessment. Give yourself adequate time to set up each stance properly before starting your 10-second count. Testing on thick carpet, uneven surfaces, or while wearing inappropriate footwear changes your results significantly. Use firm, level flooring and proper supportive shoes. Gripping your support surface throughout the test masks your true unassisted ability. Your hands should hover near support, ready to help if needed, but not holding on continuously. If you grip the entire time, you won't discover what your independent balance actually looks like. I'd love to hear from you in the comments again. Tell me which stage you reached and whether you used fingertip support at any point. Was stage 3 where you met your challenge? Could you hold stage 4 confidently? Sharing your experience helps others understand what to expect. If you have a spouse, partner, or trusted friend nearby, consider doing this test together. One person performs the stages while the other stands close as a spotter, prepared to offer assistance if needed. This arrangement adds both safety and accountability. Now for the action plan I promised you. These 6 exercises specifically target the systems measured by the CDC test. Practice them 3 to 4 times weekly, allowing your body rest days between sessions. Exercise 1 is counter push-aways. Stand facing your kitchen counter at arm's length with both hands placed flat on the edge. Slowly lean your entire body toward the counter by bending your elbows like a standing push-up. Then push yourself firmly back to the starting position. Repeat 8 to 10 times. This strengthens your arms and core while training your body to recover from a forward tip. For easier, stand closer to the counter so the movement is smaller. For harder, stand further back or perform the push-aways while standing on one leg. Exercise 2 is compass toe taps. Stand beside your counter on your left leg with your right hand hovering over the surface for safety. Imagine you're standing in the center of a compass. Lightly tap your right foot forward toward north and return to center. Tap toward east on your right side and return. Tap backward toward south and return. Tap across your body toward west and return. Complete the sequence 3 times, then switch legs. For easier, keep your hand firmly on the counter and make smaller tapping movements. For harder, minimize hand contact and reach your tapping foot further in each direction. Exercise 3 is standing ankle circles. Hold your counter lightly with one hand and lift one foot several inches off the ground. Slowly draw 5 circles in the air with your toes going clockwise, then 5 circles counterclockwise. Next, point your toe down toward the floor, then flex it up toward your shin. Repeat the point and flex sequence 5 times. Switch feet and repeat everything. This improves ankle mobility and builds single leg control. For easier, Maintain a firm grip on the counter and make smaller, slower circles. For harder, release your hand from the counter briefly during the circles. Exercise 4 is hip hinge reaches. Stand facing your counter squarely with both hands resting lightly on the surface. Keeping your back straight and your knees slightly soft, bow forward from your hips as if performing a deep, respectful bow. You should feel a gentle stretch behind your thighs. Return to standing by, engaging your glute muscles. Repeat 8 times with control. For easier, limit how far you bow forward. For harder, perform this movement with one foot slightly lifted behind you, making it a single leg hip hinge. Exercise 5 is lateral shuffle steps. Stand beside your counter with one hand available for light support if needed. Step your right foot to the right about 12 inches, then bring your left foot over to meet it. Take 5 controlled shuffle steps to the right, then reverse and take 5 shuffle steps back to the left. Keep your movements deliberate throughout. For easier, make smaller steps and maintain your hand on the counter the whole time. For harder, increase your speed slightly while maintaining perfect control, or add a brief single leg pause between each shuffle step. Exercise 6 is single leg counter holds. Stand beside your counter with one hand hovering nearby for safety. Lift one foot completely off the ground and simply hold that position, balancing on one leg for 15 to 30 seconds, depending on your ability. Rest briefly and repeat on the opposite leg. Perform 3 holds on each leg. For easier, keep your fingertips touching the counter throughout the entire hold. For harder, lift your hand away from the counter for portions of the hold, or try closing your eyes briefly while balancing. These 6 exercises directly train the vision, vestibular, proprioception, strength, and reaction time systems that work together to keep you upright. Consistent practice over time creates measurable, noticeable improvement. Here is your retest plan. In 14 days, repeat the CDC 4-stage balance test using exactly the same setup, same surface, same footwear, same time of day if possible. Note carefully which stage you reach, how steady you feel compared to your first attempt, and whether you need less fingertip support than before. Continue your exercise practice and retest every 2 weeks. Track your progress in a simple notebook. As we come toward the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this final thought. Your balance is not a fixed trait that inevitably declines with each passing birthday. It's a living, trainable skill that responds powerfully to practice and challenge. The human body possesses a remarkable capacity to adapt at any age. Research consistently demonstrates that balance training produces real results, even for people well into their 80s and 90s. What matters is that you challenge these systems regularly, progressively, and safely. The test you completed today is not a judgment of your worth. It's simply a starting point. Think of it as a compass, showing you exactly where to focus your energy. Wherever you landed on the 4 stages, you now have specific exercises designed to move you forward toward greater stability. Every single time you stand beside that kitchen counter and practice one of these drills, you're investing directly in your independence. You're building the foundation that allows you to pick up grandchildren without hesitation, navigate crowded grocery store aisles confidently, walk on uneven sidewalks without fear, and continue living life fully on your own terms. If this video gave you something practical and useful, I'd be genuinely grateful if you'd tap the like button below. It helps this information reach more people who truly need it. And if you'd like more content designed for adults over 60 who want to stay strong and capable for years to come, consider subscribing to this channel. Now close this video and take action on one thing immediately. Walk to your kitchen counter and practice just one of those 6 exercises. Invest 2 minutes right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment that never arrives. Don't tell yourself you'll do it later. Start today, because your balance will not improve by merely thinking about it. Balance improves only when you actually challenge and train it. Your future self is already grateful for every minute you invest right now. Go take that first step.